my dearest friends. Welcome to my channel. I'm Kaya Signe-Mari from Heart to Heart, and I come back with kind of a repost. I will read you an article I wrote on the 14th of March, directly before the first lockdown. I wrote, I got information while I was painting the picture you see while I read, and it was at the beginning when the coronavirus came up and nobody knew at that time. And I had the strong feeling in the last days that I would like to reshare the information I got at that point of time. It is now half a year, and here in France we are, as I feel, very close before the next lockdown. The rules are so sharpened and the numbers of the COVID cases are rising up. I'm doubting the numbers, and I got the first case of a person who was tested positive in my direct environment, a friend of mine. She had contact with another person who was tested positive, so she made a test as well, and she was tested positive without having any symptoms. The counterpart was tested positive as well without having any symptoms. The children they live with, his and her children, were tested negative. Nobody had symptoms, and well, I did a test as well. I wrote an article about at the end of August after my last work project in Belgium, and the result of this test was neither negative nor positive. It was just written not detected, whatever that means. Did I had the virus or not? So, well, I will not go deeper into that, but share the informations I got while I was painting, because I have the feeling they are still very, very actual, and it is good to read, or in this case, listen. So enjoy. The topic of what I got the information was about thinking so much bigger than we can think, or expanding the consciousness. It is time now. We have prepared ourselves for such a long time, over millions of years, in other lifetimes, as also in this one. We have gone through so much on a personal level recently, so very quick, so deep. All has shown up what needed to be seen, to be integrated, and also what needed to go, or we had to let go. We hadn't had the chance to understand all what was happening in our private lives, as the next thing, situation, event, breakthrough or breakdown already showed up before the last one was fully processed, integrated, and completely understood. I had to learn to become so quick in processing. We learned to feel, to accept, to surrender. No other chance. To forgive ourselves as also others, whatever showed up. And we learned to love, no matter what. To let our hearts open, no matter what. We learned that we can't understand all and accepted it. That is what is asked of us now. That is what we are prepared for. Surrender to what is. We all know, we all feel since some time that the energies are changing, that the huge transformation of our system is taking place in small steps. Now, with all what's happening at the moment in the whole world, as a result of the spreading of the coronavirus, we are asked to step up, to show up, to take action and use what we have learned, to spread our light and love, to reunite our magic powers to assist the huge change taking place at the moment, to stay heart open, to love. I'm aware since some time that the old system has to break down, that the old structures have to crumble, to fall away, to create the new ones based on love. The new can't be built out of the old. It would be the old again, just dressed in another color. And this breaking away of all structures is frightening, as nobody knows what's coming afterward. We never were there where we will go now. I'm German. My ancestors knew how it feels to live in destroyed countries after the 2 last wars. They knew how it feels when the system is broken, and also to help each other to rebuild the system. But they recreated, in a way, the same system. What is so absolute new now? The whole world is affected and infected. And the enemy is not another nation, another culture, another religion, or human beings. We are all together in this, worldwide. Differently as with the bushfires in Australia in last winter, devastating, destroying, terrible, and well limited on Australia. As Australia is surrounded by water, the fires couldn't leave the continent. This virus doesn't know borders. As humans in their essence don't know them. So it spreads, it travels. It is in the meantime everywhere. No possibility to say that it doesn't affect you. I already painted yesterday, so it was in March, and had an exchange with my beloved soul sister Alicia Brushy from Cosmic Gateway. After our connection, I had a sentence in my mind, in my system. We have to think so much bigger than we can think. My mind tried instantly to understand this and transformed it into, we have to think so much bigger than we are used to. And that brought me a huge revelation, and a shift was taking place in my system. Because that's what we usually do when we are trying to understand what we cannot understand. We transform it in a handable, understandable form, and the essence get lost. We diminish the original message. Alicia wrote me that Corona is Latin and means crone. We have to think so much bigger than we can think. That means for me that we have to expand our consciousness as far as we never have expanded it, into the unknown. We have to open our crown chakra to let the light and love in, as also the informations of the universal wisdom. To get the answers what to do now, where to go next. We can't find the answers in our systems as we haven't got any experience with a situation like this. We can't think what we can't think. So, we have to get the informations we need from a higher consciousness, from a bigger wisdom than our own limited minds. We have to connect with a universal wisdom to understand. There's already chaos taking place worldwide, and there will be more chaos taking place and confusion in the next time, for sure, if the known structures doesn't function anymore. This virus isn't interested in structures. It doesn't care about structures at all. And there are souls that will leave the earth now and in the next times. Souls that have finished their soul contracts for this lifetime. Souls that are ready and okay to go. That is sad for those who lose loved ones, for sure. And for sure, these souls And for these souls, isn't anything wrong with leaving now. They will come back in healthy bodies when they decide that it is time again, or choose other forms of existence. I hear and read that to isolate is a form of being protected. And for sure, when you are isolated, you can't get infected by another one. And what I feel, at the same time, it is so needed to connect with others, to have exchanges and amplify the power of our love and light. We are human beings. We are social beings. We need contact with others. What was happening in Italy in March was so beautiful. The people going out of the balconies or open the windows and were singing together and making music. The region in the brain that produces fear is blocked while you sing. You can't be in fear while you sing. And yes, what's going on is frightening, as we don't know where we will go, what will happen next. And we have the power to decide what we do with our fear. We can feel it, process it, and have a look what it will tell us, what we need to see and love in ourselves. Or we can invest in the fear and get lost in it. It's up to us. What do we choose? Love or fear? Love your fear. It is okay to be frightened by the unknown, and take care that you don't get lost in the fear. And what if all what's happening at the moment is for us, is for you? What if the outcome will be so much better than we can imagine? We have to think so much better, bigger than we can think. Trust, have faith. Open your crown chakra to the infinite love and wisdom of the universe. Let your mind talk and listen to your heart. We are loved, we are protected. Always. See isolation as a time for you to go inwards, rest, take a pause from your habitual life. When you can't go any longer to work because you aren't allowed anymore, take this time for you. Rest and focus on what you love to do. Sing with the neighbors. Play with your children or the children of your neighbors that are at home as well. Call a friend and take time for a profound chat. When you have a garden, work there or be with your pet. Go inwards, listen. In the spiritual community, most of us are aware and conscious about a higher purpose, a higher reason why things are happening. Nevertheless, stepping into the unknown can be very confusing and frightening for everybody. How might it be for those who start to go inwards now, forced by this pause because they are no longer allowed to live their normal lives, to be constantly distracted as they knew it? A lot of people awaken now and going through what we already have gone through when we realized that the reality we took so long for granted is far away from the truth we started to see and to feel. That's confusing and deeply frightening as well. Do you remember? We are prepared for what is happening at the moment. We already have felt that the world will change profoundly in a direction we are longing for since long. It needs destruction of the old, what creates chaos and confusion, to build the new. We are in the midst of this now. The coronavirus is a living organism. It is part of our world. It is neither bad nor good. It just is. And it has its time now to do what it's here for. What if it is part of a so much bigger plan? So big that we can't think it. A plan that is for us, for a better world. Trust have faith and surrender. You have no control of what is happening on the outside, but you have control over your own emotions, thoughts, and actions. Be lovingly with yourself and compassionate with others. Let your heart open, no matter what. Love, no matter what. Think what you can't think. These were the informations I got in March this year, 2020, while I was painting the image you see here. And I've got the feeling they are still very, very actual, and I had the feeling in March we're in the midst. I have the feeling now we are still in the midst, or so much more in the midst. In any time, in any way, in any case. It's not over yet. And I have the feeling the next time will become really chaotic, confusing, and uncomfortable on every level. So I wish you to trust, to have faith, to listen to your inner voice. This is what I learn more and more, the less I can hold on, is what's coming, but it's not the right word. The more insecurity I see on the outside, the more I feel I'm called to find security and safety in myself. The more I have to trust my feelings, my intuition, my inner voice. I don't know how it is for you. Just what to say. I have two parts. One part that is, it's even not frightened, but there's a lot of feeling uncomfortable and not knowing, and a wish to feel safe in me. And on another part, there's also a lot of excitement, what is going on, and seeing and experiencing in contact with people, that there's so many more, I will call them normal people. And I excuse myself directly because I don't want to judge anybody to be not normal or normal. I know by myself I never had felt normal, and maybe a lot of you are not feeling normal as well. And in the meantime, I have understood there is no normal. There's no normal people. And maybe it's more clear to say that people that are not so involved in the spiritual community are becoming so much more aware that there's something going on, that we need to change our society. There's so much more people asking questions and not taking everything for granted. The media is telling, and this is so beautiful. My heart is dancing, my soul is singing when I get to know of these things. And in the meantime, I have to process so much, so it's so accelerated. My soul has really decided that I have to go through a lot at the moment to purge, to declutter myself in a way. I don't know how it is with you. I think I will leave it like this. If you have the feeling you would like me to support you, or you can need support, contact me. You will find all the contact information in the description box on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. And I wish you the best, really, from the depths of my heart. I wish you that you can have fun from time to time, that you feel alive, that you allow yourself to feel all what's going on in you. And I wish you courage and strength, and we will meet soon. Love, Kaya.